A sudden, almost electric ripple ran through transfer circles today as reports surfaced that Crystal Palace are in advanced talks to sign Villarreal's dynamic winger, Pino. A move that could carry a fee in the region of Euros 50 million, a figure that would immediately mark this as one of Palace's most significant summertime gambles. The urgency behind the move is obvious. Palace have just waved goodbye to their creative engine and the South London club under pressure not only to replace those creative sparks, but to do it with a player who can change games on his own. The chatter from reputable market sources frames this as more than a single signing. It's a reaction that could shape Palace's identity this season. So who is Pino and why would Palace push so hard? At just 22 years old, Pino has already built a reputation for outrageous acceleration, low centre of gravity dribbling, and an ability to cut inside and punish defenders with crisp, driven finishing or a sudden assist that seems to arrive from nowhere. He earned his minutes in La Liga with consistent end product, goals and assists that have made him a named component of Villarreal's attack, and he has international exposure with Spain, bringing a pedigree that helps explain the interest and the headline price. For a Palace side that relied heavily on individual inventiveness, the promise of a winger who can both destabilise and supply chances is an attractive, almost obvious, tactical fix. Behind the scenes, sources indicate the negotiations are active and progressing, with Crystal Palace pushing to conclude terms quickly and Villarreal assessing replacement options in their own market. Transfer coverage has offered slightly different frames. Some outlets speak of a headline near Euros 50 in Salve, of a structured fee closer to Euros 30 in plus add-ons and incentives. But the through line is clear. Both clubs are talking seriously, and the player appears willing to make the step to the Premier League. That nuance matters because the structure of the deal will determine whether it's labelled a bargain, a record outlay for Palace, or a strategic investment built on add-ons tied to appearances and achievements. Tactically, the arrival of Pino would give Palace a different dimension. He's not merely a wide runner, he wants the ball in tight pockets, he can invert onto his stronger foot to create angles, and he's capable of turning transitional moments into immediate threats. If Palace slot him into the left or right flank depending on matchups, he could free the central creators or become the focal point for counter-attacks that require a player willing to take risks. For the manager, this is both opportunity and responsibility. Integrate his electric bursts while ensuring defensive balance. Palace's success with such players depends on structure as much as spark. For Villarreal, selling Pino would represent another chapter in a summer of business that has already seen key exits and significant reinvestment conversations. The financial reality of modern football means clubs of Villarreal's stature balance sporting ambitions with the chance to monetize talent at the right moment, especially when offers arrive that guarantee immediate funds and potential future clauses. Observers will watch closely to see how the Yellow Submarine reinvest the fee and which players they target as direct replacements for a winger of Pino's speed and technical profile. Back in South London, the reaction among supporters is likely to be immediate and loud. For fans still digesting the loss of a homegrown creative like Eberechi Ez, the promise of an incoming star with raw pace and end product offers the kind of hope that fuels pre-season speculation. But with hope comes waiting. The next 48-72 hours could decide whether this story ends with a completed signature and a fresh face in Palace colours, or whether negotiation nuances and last-minute changes interrupt the narrative. Either way, the transfer window has a way of delivering drama at the last second, and this one carries both a big number and high expectation. If the deal goes through, the Premier League will gain another young Spanish talent hungry to test himself in one of the world's most physically demanding leagues. If it doesn't, the tale will still leave a mark, revealing Palace's intent and Villarreal's market value. The truth of transfer windows is this: They are a mirror of ambition. For Crystal Palace, the heat of this pursuit, the advance talks, the large price whispers, the tactical questions all suggest a club aiming to make a statement. For now, the ball remains in negotiation hands, but the possibility of Yeremy Pino roaming down the flanks of Selhurst Park is a sight that already has supporters imagining a faster, sharper Palace next season.